Dude, you're in bed, thumb flying on your phone again. That endless scroll feels like harmless chill time, but those apps are rewiring your attention span with dopamine loops and algorithm tricks. Welcome to the trap. First thing in the morning, phone's in your hand before your feet hit the floor. Notifications pull you right back into the feed. It's not a habit anymore. It's the default start to your day. Breakfast? Phone's there too. Quick check turns into 10 minutes of fragmented attention. Your brain jumps between posts instead of staying present. Basic routines get chopped up. Every like or comment gives a tiny dopamine hit. Variable rewards, just like slot machines. The high crashes quick, so you chase the next one. That's the loop keeping you hooked. Hours disappear. You meant to get up and do stuff, but the feed had other plans. Time displacement is real. Your day shrinks while the algorithm wins more of your attention. TV's on for company, but your real focus is the phone. Multitasking is mostly just distraction. You're physically there but mentally gone. The apps own your presence now, and it's not solo, bro. Sit with your buddy and you're both locked in the same feed, sharing memes like it's bonding. Likes and laughs from the group keep the dopamine flowing. Social proof makes the trap feel normal. Then FOMO kicks in. You see everyone living their highlight reel and suddenly your room feels too quiet. The algorithm knows this. It serves up just enough envy to pull you back in for another hit. Scroll too long and the mood crashes. One negative comment or comparison and your whole afternoon sours. Social media trains your brain for quick emotional swings. Up on likes, down on everything else. Notifications train you like a dog. That buzz hits and you drop whatever you're doing instantly. The conditioning is strong. Your attention span gets chopped into tiny reactive pieces. Boredom cues the grab. Scroll delivers random rewards. Then the craving resets the loop. Cue, crave, reward. Apps hijack the exact habit system that once helped us survive. You notice it first with focus. 10 minutes on anything real and your brain starts begging for the feed. Algorithms optimize for time spent, not your goals. That's when the rewiring becomes obvious. The algorithm doesn't just show you stuff, dude. It builds a perfect custom feed that keeps you hooked way longer than you planned. Every like, every watch time, it learns exactly what keeps you doom scrolling. That's not random, that's engineered. One interesting post leads to 10 more. Recommendations pull you into rabbit holes designed to exploit your curiosity. You meant to check one thing. Hours later, you're still there. That's the recommendation engine doing its job. That late night scroll floods your brain with blue light and stimulation right when it needs to wind down. Sleep gets wrecked. Next day, your mood and focus are trashed before you even start. You try putting the phone down, just for a bit. See if you can break the pull. Minutes later, you're back on it. First, resistance usually loses to the habit. You talk with your buddy and realize you're both glued to the same apps every day. Heavy use feels normal when everyone around you is doing it too. You're physically outside, but your attention stays trapped in the screen. Real life starts blurring while the feed stays sharp. That's the quiet trade-off. Every reply or like becomes tied to how you feel about yourself, dude. The algorithm knows this, so it spaces out the hits and keeps you hooked waiting. Each switch between apps costs your brain focus time you don't even notice. Hours disappear and nothing real gets done. Classic attention tax. You try deleting the app to break free. Feeling good for about 30 seconds. Boredom kicks in and it's right back. The habit is stronger than the delete button. Take the phone away even briefly and your brain starts jonesing for the next hit. That uncomfortable itch is your dopamine system throwing a tantrum. Normal. Most people relapse fast because the apps are literally designed to pull you back in. The cycle feels inevitable until you actually see the machinery behind it. Your brain gets quick dopamine spikes from the feed, then crashes harder afterward. That's the whole trick. Variable rewards rewire what feels normal. Now you know. Dude, here's the comparison trap. Perfect filtered lives on your feed make your real day feel like garbage. Your brain starts measuring your unedited life against their highlight reels. Mood tanks fast. Algorithms build echo chambers. They feed you more of what you already like and hide the rest. Your world narrows. Different ideas stop existing. That's by design, to keep you scrolling. Heavy use spikes irritability. Real life interrupts your dopamine drip and you snap. Your brain gets wired for constant stimulation. Normal quiet moments feel unbearable. Your body notices. You've been distracted as hell lately, always on the damn thing. External view hits different. The rewiring is obvious to everyone, except you at first. Constant distraction kills working memory. You can't remember simple stuff you did without the phone. Your brain trades deep recall for endless shallow hits. Real details just fade. Late night blue light and stimulation build sleep debt. Next day, you feel like trash. The cycle keeps feeding itself. Poor rest makes you reach for the feed even harder. Even knowing the game, the cravings hit harder when you try to sit with your coffee and actually focus. The algorithm learns your weak moments better than you know yourself. Your brain starts inventing phantom buzzes when the phone's been quiet for 10 minutes. That's your dopamine system begging for the next variable reward. Real conversations get replaced by endless feeds, while life walks right past the window. Online interaction feels like connection, but drains the real thing. You set a timer to limit yourself, but the habit is stronger and just waits it out. Automatic behaviors don't care about your new awareness. At the low point, you realize how deeply the loops have wired themselves into your day. The system feels unbeatable when every small fix fails. When everything competes at once, your attention just collapses under the load. That's the brain overload the apps are optimized to create. Scroll ends and boom, that flat empty crash hits. Nothing feels rewarding anymore. Dopamine trough leaves you irritable and unmotivated. Exactly what keeps you opening the app again. Here's the part they don't say out loud. Apps aren't built for your well-being. They're engineered for maximum engagement and time spent, because that's how they make money. Dude, they use variable rewards and algorithms tuned to keep us hooked longer. Once you see the machine, you stop pretending it's harmless entertainment. First tiny win. Put the phone on the other side of the table during coffee. Small physical boundaries like this cut the automatic grab. Check your screen time report. See the actual hours and pick one limit. You're not quitting cold. You're using it with eyes open. Track your patterns. Hours on feed versus actual work done. Data beats willpower. You start seeing where the rewiring happens. One easy tweak is changing your environment so the phone isn't always in reach. Out of sight reduces the automatic grab, letting you actually finish one small task. You don't need to quit cold turkey. Just use it on your terms for set minutes. Then put it away satisfied instead of falling back into the endless scroll. After a few days of these tweaks, you start noticing small wins in real life. Your focus creeps back a bit, and the mood crashes happen less often. The big swings from dopamine hits and troughs start to level out. You're not suddenly zen, but the baseline feels more stable. You catch the automatic urge before it hooks you and choose something else. That little meta-awareness is what actually starts breaking the old loops. In the end, you see the machine for what it is, designed to keep you scrolling. You still use it, but now with eyes open instead of getting played. Dude, you now see the machine. Variable rewards, endless feeds, and algorithms built to keep you hooked. No need to quit cold turkey. Just scroll smarter, track it, set boundaries, and remember the game. Like if this hit, sub for more no BS breakdowns.